Okay, I think we can start. How's it going, everybody? Missed you guys, kind of. um, Hope you all are doing good, and I hope you had a good break. I did. You are starting your countdown now, I guess, right? 7 weeks, and you're done. You get to flee. Um, do all of you have interns and such set up? Places, placements, and everything? Yeah, you're all good. Most of you. I don't hear anybody saying no. Um, so just FYI, if anybody wants to pipe in, just remember to unmute yourself because you all are on mute right now. I think most of you are anyway, which is great. That's good. Um, but let me just get like just an idea like of where you all are doing your placement. I'm just curious to hear if you want to unmute yourselves. I'll kind of monitor who speaks and stuff. But yeah, like where are you all doing your placements? We'll start with Clarissa and kind of work our way down.
Yeah, so I'm doing my placement with, I have two actually. So I have one with France. So I guess she is looking for help with her second year students for a TV class that she has. So it's kind of like a virtual like newsroom assistant kind of thing, but like from home.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
that. And then another one is pretty much like content creation for this beauty, like I don't know how, like a salon here in
Salon, I was gonna say
Hamilton.
salon.
Yeah,
To-
so
Totally
Olivia and I
relative
are actually
journalism.
doing our internships together because we were actually offered and applied to the same internships together, and for
Oh,
some
okay.
reason we got both of it. So yeah, she's also helping with France, and we're also doing the beauty thing together. So
Like everything. We have same classes, courses dropped previous semester. We're taking those together. Both internships are together.
yeah.
Hopefully we get hired at the same place after we graduate.
Yeah, you're gonna be joined at the hip. You should negotiate your contracts like that. Say
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
for
do one
sure.
without the
Yeah.
other. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll open a lot of doors for us. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it will. I know it will because that's it sounds like good. And the fact that you don't have your eggs in one basket and you're doing two is like awesome. So
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. That's what we were thinking, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That way we guarantee that we get all of our hours. So
yeah, no, that's great. That's great. What about you, Olivia?
The exact same thing.
You,
Literally, so we got on a call with France, I want to say like 2 months ago. Yeah. Yeah, around there. And she spoke to us and she asked us if we wanted to, if she offered it to us and said, I'd love to work with you guys. And we were like, for sure. And then we applied to the same internship in regards to the salon and the marketing and everything like that. And they both were happy to take us on because we always edit our ENGs together. We always edit our we're always partners for everything. And then since we
that's
work together,
awesome.
they both liked how we work together. And so now we're doing it together.
Okay, that's wicked. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, if it works, it works. That's great. That's super good. What about you, Jenna?
I'm with the marketing team at the school, basically working on giving them a student perspective on content that they put out. And I'm also going to be working on content for them and their like future ready blog and stuff like that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, that'll be
Oh no,
fun.
David emailed me and he was like, hey, there's this internship. Do you want it? And I was like, okay.
Yeah, no,
So
that's great. That's like that's super. And if it works, it like and it's relative to what you want to do. And even if it isn't, it might just open some doors anyway, right? So,
I mean, I want to go into social media or accessible content production. So,
yep.
I mean, yeah.
And there's job opening. There's jobs at Mohawk for that, right? So it'd be perfect. It'd be a
Yeah.
nice walk in. Awesome. Lucas, what about you? Lucas Jorg.
I think I'm doing the same one at the college too.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Savannah, what about you?
I'm not sure yet at all.
No? You're still kind of
No.
looking?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you could always, just so you know, you can always get in touch with me offline because we do placements as well at Tourstar. So you can always do one with You might be with like my group at Inside Halton, or you also could be with Hamilton Community News if that's something you're interested in. If you're kind of stuck, and if it's something you need for hours and such, and you can always touch base with me offline, and maybe we can work
Okay,
something out.
thank
Just
you.
FYI. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Bradley, what about you?
I'm doing mine with the Mohawk Alumni Association, where I'm like basically taking all of their stories from like the past few years and like post them on this website. And then I'm also going to be able to like pitch stories myself and interview like other Mohawk alumni at the college. So it's kind of like with the marketing department as well.
Okay, that's good. Any chance to get published? Terrific. The other Lucas, what's up, man? What about you?
I'm doing mine with the hockey news. I'm just like fact checking articles people like make.
You're doing sports, Lucas? Like, I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like really good. I'm sure
Thank
you along with a bunch of others were upset last night while watching TSN.
Yeah. rough.
Unfortunate, especially we got to eat it from those Americans for like another year at least. So
They were
but
all over Twitter last night too.
yeah, that's awesome. I mean, unfortunate, but it's good. It's good that there's different winners, right? Like it keeps it competitive and gives Canada something to strive for next year. Don't get me wrong, I still hate that they won the US, but Kyle, what about you?
Yeah, I actually did mine last year. Same as Lucas. I actually did the hockey news. I actually got to be in the office, which was nice.
Yes, I remember last year you.
Oh, you're going to see me again. You're going to see me a lot this semester because I'm taking investigative reporting again.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that and that's why, right? Because you took the hockey news internship and you kind of couldn't manage both. That's right. Okay, well, I mean, good in one way, and then hey, you got to come back. You got to come back, right? But
yeah, and then I'm working for the MSA right now. I'm doing doing a bunch of their social media. You probably have seen my face on some MSA stuff. So
yeah, that's awesome. Terrific. Brandon, what about you? Brandon Anderson.
Yeah, I basically just did marketing for a group here in Brantford.
Oh, okay. So you said you did, like, is that like, are you finished the placement?
Yeah, I'm still with them, but I'm done basically.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's good. Good. Headache off of your back. Wicked. And Brandon Rice, what about you?
I already did mine. I did content creation and stuff like that for Mohawk.
Oh, okay. It's good that there's some opportunities at Mohawk. That's awesome. Like for some of you that want to get into social media and just digital media in general. So that's good that there's opportunities. I think I got everybody. Am I missing anybody? Unless there's somebody on this not on the screen that I'm seeing that's here. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm glad you all have pretty much all of you are set up and ready to go. And yes, the one that isn't, Savannah, like I said, if you want to get in touch with me offline, it's I'm happy to help if there's an opportunity. So I see Samson just coming on now. Let's wait for Samson to come on. I'm gonna smother him with the question as soon as he hops on. But Samson, can you hear me yet? Hey, Samson, can you hear me? Let's see here. Samson, you there? Can you hear me? You got to unmute yourself, just FYI. In case you're talking, you got to unmute yourself. Okay. I'm going to assume he can hear me. So anyway, welcome everybody, and good to hear your voices and see your faces again. I have you for 2 courses this semester. That's the bad news. The good news is you only have to deal with me for 7 weeks. It's not 14 weeks. So that's pretty cool. We're all done, I think, at the end of February. I think that's our last week together. So kind of what I wanted to do today was, I mean, I think that, multimedia production went well the first semester, considering we weren't in class or anything like that. But what I wanted to do today was just kind of have an intro Zoom session. But I wanted to go through, if you are all okay with this, let's just go through like advanced multimedia production and job search and career planning. We'll go through both of them today, get them off. That way we don't have to do a Zoom meeting tomorrow with job search and career planning, and we'll get them both done today. In terms of kind of what the expectations are and such. Both are fun courses, and we'll kind of go through each one of them as we work through it. So I'll start with anybody have any questions first of all before I move on? No, we're all good.
Yeah, really quick.
Yeah,
Louis,
sure, Kyle.
I have to just for my hours for work. I was just wondering, do you think both our classes are going to be the whole 3 hours, or do you think they're going to be shorter than that?
No, the way it's going to work, Kyle, is very similar to the way multimedia production worked, where we'll have we'll go through the course outline in a second, but we'll have like the odd Zoom meeting. I think I got another one so for the 7 weeks in advanced multimedia production. I think I have one other Zoom meeting with you all, and that's it. And then for job search and career planning, I think we have one Zoom meeting later on in the semester, like in early February, for a guest speaker. Other than that, it's all asynchronous, which is basically me either at the end of the 1 week or the beginning of the other week, posting a bunch of stuff, sending out emails to you all saying, hey, how's it going? Some videos here and there. This is what you got to do this week, and touch base with me if you need it.
Okay, sounds good.
So it's fairly flexible in that regard. Today, I'd be shocked if we even went 3 hours today. We'll see how it goes, but I don't think we'll be 3 hours today. So yeah, it's fairly flexible in that regard.
Follow-up question to that,
Sure.
Louis. If we do have a Zoom meeting, will it always be on Wednesdays? Because I realize that there's another time slot on our schedule for the other class.
Yes, that's right. So the way this works, the way advanced multimedia production works is it's 6 hours for 7 weeks, right? 6 hours per week. What it's supposed to be, and this is with everything normal and with us all being in class and everything, it's supposed to be a 3-hour lab, which is kind of where we discuss the new tools and some of the programs you're going to be using. And then the other 3 hours is for you to go out there and kind of do your thing, right? Your classic example, just if you go back to, and I'm speaking like this because you had me in multimedia production. So your classic example would be the story maps, right? Like if that was a week in this course, we would have 3 hours of going through some story maps, what works, what doesn't work, teaching you how to use it, and then the other 3 hours would be an assignment where you do the story map. So that's how it would work normally. But because everything's all up in the air with the virus and such, and because we're all doing things sort of asynchronously, which is kind of like, I'm recording stuff and putting stuff online, it's a lot more flexible in terms of that. But our Zoom meetings, Clarissa, I think we only have one more after today for this. It's going to be like on the Wednesday, like in the morning.
And
So
same with job searching. If we have a Zoom meeting for that, it'll be on Wednesday.
It'll be, if I'm not mistaken, job search and career planning is the actual class time. Let me just check, but I think it's on Thursdays. I'm going to pull it up here. Thursdays 9 to 12. So the one that we have in that class, the one Zoom meeting we will have in that class, it'll be on the Thursday.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
we'll go through the course outline in a second, so you'll know exactly when, like, okay, like this day's a new Zoom meeting, so I got to make myself available, and the other days I can kind of flex my schedule around. So
perfect. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'll take you through. Let's do advanced multimedia first. Okay, I'm gonna do a share screen in a second. Just let me get everything pulled up here. And again, any questions, y'all, just like holler out, right? Like, don't feel free to ask. Let me just pull it up here. Okay, and I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. So you all should be seeing something now, like advanced multimedia production, Professor Louis Rosella. Yes, you're all seeing that? Okay. So this is basically the course outline for this course. So we'll just go through it bit by bit. Nothing due this week. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some slides up. I may already have them in my Canvas. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I actually posted them or not. I think I did, but if I didn't, I'll post them after this Zoom meeting. But basically, an intro to the course, giving you a lay of the land, and I'll show you that in a second. And nothing is due this week. Next week, so you'll see here, like Clarissa alluded to earlier, I have 2 dates, right? January 11th and the 13th. That's because it's supposed to be 3 hours of lab, 3 hours of lecture, right? You know, I hate that word, but like that's what they call it, lecture. So there's supposed to be 3 hours of lecture, 3 hours of lab. So that's the only reason why everybody, I have these 2 dates, January 11th and 13th, just so that you have an idea of kind of where we are and our dates, okay? I wouldn't focus too much on these dates here. You see that I'm highlighting. I would focus just on this here, okay? Your due dates on when things are due, okay? And you know me, right? I always send out emails, so like you'll never not know when something is due, right? So in week 2, you're gonna have your first mapping assignment. Okay, and that's going to be due at 12 p.m. on Wednesday, January the 13th via email. Okay, the mapping assignments, they're going to be a little bit more challenging, not a lot more challenging, but a little bit more challenging than the one you did in multimedia production, right? There's 2 ways to teach like a part 2 of a course, right? One way is to teach you a bunch of new stuff. The other way is to just advance yourselves on what we've already learned. And I kind of like that way a lot better because it allows you to hone your skills and it allows me to teach you some other tricks with regards to some of the social media and other multimedia skills that you'll be using. So a lot of this, the next 7 weeks is going to be similar to multimedia production, but with just a little bit more advanced and a little bit more of a challenge for you all. If you think about it as like a workout, right? If you you start a workout with 20 minutes, and then 3-4 months in, you start to go to 30 minutes with a little bit more challenges in the types of routines and such. That's what this is, right? It's an advanced workout from Multimedia 1 from last semester. So that'll be due on January the 13th. That's your first assignment, basically. And I'll have that posted probably sometime over the weekend or maybe even later on this week, okay? Week 3, we are going to have a Zoom meeting on, let me just see here. We'll have a Zoom meeting on the 18th. I will probably change that to the 20th, but I'll let you know with regards to that. And this week, you're going to be covering a live event. Can anybody guess what live event you will be covering?
It wouldn't be the American president stuff, right?
You are correct. It would be that. So you're going to cover the inauguration, right? Again, in a normal year, everybody, I would love to have you out there covering something, right? Something in the community, even allowing you to pick something that you want to cover. But it's just so up in the air in terms of what's open, what's not open, what events are going on, what's not. Well, now there's nothing going on, right? Like there's no events. Everything's canceled or it's virtual. So again, I would love to have you cover something in the community. There were some suggestions to have us cover awards, right? Like entertainment awards, for example, like Grammy, Oscars, Emmys. I looked, believe me, I would have loved to have done that too, but it's all too late. Everything happens after this course. So if this was a full course in terms of the semester, then I would have loved to have had you do that. But I think that this is good because it allows you to cover something that you covered last semester, and it's an advance on that, and it's a continuation of that. So we'll be discussing that, obviously, and we'll be talking about that in our Zoom meeting. I know, Clarissa, you asked earlier about Zoom meetings. This one here might be on the Monday, only because then it gives you Wednesday to work on the live event assignment, because the actual inauguration is on the Wednesday, January the 20th. So we'll have you cover that. Does everybody kind of know what an inauguration is? It's basically a formal ceremony where Joe Biden gets, gets sworn in and stuff. But I'm sure the guy he beat will be tweeting that day, and I'm sure there'll be some drama that day. Anytime he's involved, there's always some drama. So it'll be something for you to cover. And again, we'll discuss that more in the week or two to come. Week 4, another mapping assignment. Okay, January 25th and 27th. Week 5, another mapping assignment. Okay, so there's 3 mapping assignments. And then we go into week 6, which is your second last week. You'll have a news curation assignment due. And again, similar to the one that you did in Multimedia 1, but I'm just going to make it a little bit more advanced, right? Just because you've honed your skills and you've all did well on that assignment anyway. So it'll be a little bit more of a challenge, right? Just to kind of hone your skills a bit more. Then we go into reading week, and we come back your final week. We'll call it a consultation week on marks and deliverables. If we hit everything with the way we're supposed to hit it, and we reach targets and get everything in on time, we'll call this a bye week. Okay, the last week, week 7, because that is supposed to be our last week together. Okay, and it's also I put this down on paper for a reason. It is an opportunity for you to discuss your marks with me. And other things that maybe you say didn't get in during the semester, or wanted to maybe upgrade a mark or two, or said like you think to yourselves, Louis, like my mark's really crappy. I'm not happy with my mark, or I want it to be better. Is there anything I can do? This is an opportunity this week to discuss it, right? Last semester, some of you did take the opportunity to talk to me in that final week, so I'm more than happy to do the same in this semester. As you can see, the breakdown, your live event, that'll be a big one, 30%. Your mapping assignments, big when you put them all together, because there's 3 of them at 20% each, at 60%. And then your final assignment is your news curation assignment, which is going to be 10%, for your grand total of 100%. Okay. And that is basically, because it is a short semester, that's basically the course for advanced multimedia production. I just did a stop share screen there. Does anybody have any questions just based on that outline? That outline, I know, by the way, is in my Canvas. It's in the course, which you should all have access to by now. Anybody have any questions with regards to that? No? Okay. I'm going to show you, just before we move on to job search and career planning, I'll do a share screen again. I'm not going to go through every single slide here. Again, they're all available in my Canvas. I'll probably go through like the first couple of slides just to kind of give you a lay of the land of what the course is. Let's see here if I can pull it up, and then I'll do a share screen. Okay. Share screen, desktop, share. Okay. So everybody can see that now, right? Everybody sees a t-shirt. I don't own that t-shirt, by the way. I'd like to, but I don't own it yet. So basically what this course is about, it's a continuation of Multimedia 1. Like I said, 2 ways to teach like a continuation of a course, right? You either introduce new material, which is fine. I've taught courses like that too. Or you basically try to augment the skills that you already have with the same material, but just more challenging. And that's what I'm going to do. 7-week course, okay, 6 hours weekly. Okay. Again, these are, this is the way the class should work, okay? But because we're asynchronous, right? What I'll basically do is before Monday of each week, I will post some material for you to look at, and then you'll have your quote unquote 3 hours to do whatever lab it is. And in this course, it's going to be the live events, the mapping assignments, and the news curation assignment. Okay. like I said, those are some of the assignments we're going to cover. We'll talk about mapping later. And again, mix of synchronous and asynchronous learning, right? We're doing synchronous right now as we speak, and we'll be doing asynchronous as well, right? Very similar to Multimedia 1, like the same kind of thing. Again, this is just some information. You know, this here I'm just going to leave in my Canvas for you to look at. It just talks about, you know, like technology and how multimedia production has come a long way over the years. And then I also give you some apps that you can use for some of the assignments that you might be covering. Again, this is all more or less if it was a different year and you were actually out covering assignments, but they are still cool apps to use. Like there's voice recording devices. These are some apps that I actually have and use on a regular basis. So they're just for you to like kind of peruse. I don't think we need to go through all of them. Some of them are, you know, like common ones like WhatsApp and such. So give them a look because some of them are actually really good, especially some of the voice recording apps. I think that they've been really helpful for me anyway in terms of doing interviews and such. Okay. So anybody have any questions before we move on to job search and career planning? All good? See a bunch of heads shaking. We're all good? Okay, awesome. It'll be a fun course, Advanced Multimedia, and the live event will be fun. It'll be very similar. I think if I'm not mistaken, the inauguration ceremony is January the 20th, which is a Wednesday, but it starts at noon. So do you have, like after being with me Wednesday from 9 to 12, do you have anything else on Wednesdays? Can anybody tell me? Because I haven't looked at other people's.
No, I don't think we
I
do.
don't think we do.
Okay. Yeah, then it'll be a good opportunity then on that day for you to cover the inauguration. It'll be like, obviously I'll put everything, make it all official and put the assignment in my Canvas, but it'll be the same kind of thing, right? You get the choice to work with the partner. You know, you're going to be tweeting and then you're going to be filing something like a story afterwards, right? It'll be very, very similar to the election night. Just probably not late night because it'll be at 12 noon. I think that it starts the inauguration. So you won't have to be like looking all googly eyed like we all were that night. I remember that night, like just like looking, and I still remember falling asleep that night. I remember I was sending Sam Lawson an email. I was starting to type it and I woke up at 5 a.m. and it was like I saw her email and I hadn't finished it yet. I was like, oh my God, like I just totally conked out. So hopefully that won't happen. Unless some of us, if we nap in the afternoon, hey, that might happen too. So, okay, moving on then to job search and career planning. So advanced multimedia production, nothing to worry about this week. No assignments due this week. Your next one is due next Wednesday, okay? And again, it will be in an email. It'll be on my Canvas for you to look at and for you to get done. Next up, we will go to job search and career planning. And again, I'm going to pull that up and then I'll share my screen. Okay, and again, here I'm doing a share screen. Again, 7-week course, right? This is a really cool course because it's kind of going to get you into the habit. And I know most of you are already doing this, judging from the fact that you have placements and such, but it's going to get you into the habit of sending out resumes, writing cover letters, developing your online media profile, all that fun stuff. And it'll be a way to do it. Most of you should be doing it already. And I know just from talking to you and just seeing some of you online and your social media presence that most of you are doing this already. But this is an actual way to put it down on paper and get it done. So again, 7 weeks. Week 1, we're going to do an intro to the course. Nothing due this week, okay? Next week, you'll have an online assignment due at 12 p.m. on January the 14th, which is on paper, we meet on Thursdays 9 to 12, right? That's our class, quote unquote, right? But so I'll make assignments due likely on that day, unless there's something different, I'll make them due on that day. So you'll have an online assignment due at 12 p.m. next Thursday, not tomorrow, next Thursday. Week 3, gonna show you some stuff on LinkedIn. Again, no Zoom meeting or anything like that. Just gonna send you some notes and such on LinkedIn. Do we all have a LinkedIn profile? Most of us do. All of us do. Yeah. Okay. If you don't, this is a good opportunity to get one. This might be the first class where everybody actually has one, because in years past, there's always been at least I would say between 1 and 3 students who don't have one. So week 4, writing a media job cover letter. Okay, so it's not just about journalism, like this course, just like multimedia production. It's in the journalism program, but it's not just about journalism. I'm going to try to kind of hone your skills and show you how to write job cover letters and do resumes that are not just journalism related. Because like we all know, right, even in the journalism industry now, we're looking for people with other skills, right? Writing, research, interviewing, all that stuff is terrific and impressive. But if you have social media and multimedia skills that you can highlight vis-a-vis a cover letter or a resume, that's even better. So your LinkedIn profile will be due on January the 28th, 30% of your final mark, so that's a biggie. And again, it's basically you're going to be emailing me your LinkedIn profile, but I'll have certain things in the assignment that I'll want to see in your LinkedIn profile. And I don't think it's anything different from what you either already have or what you should have or what you can add that you already have. So I wouldn't worry about that, but that'll be 30% of your mark. Week 5, we will have that'll be our only Zoom, well, it'll be technically our only Zoom meeting, but we'll talk about that in a second. We'll have a guest speaker that week. So that's on February 4th. Anybody ever heard this name? Khalid Iwamura. He is the owner of Quick Bite News. He runs a publication in Hamilton called In the Hammer. And he also runs a bunch of different online publications across the GTA, in Halton, in Sauga, in Brampton. Usually you'll see like his publications start with IN, like in something, and in Hamilton it's In the Hammer. Terrific guy, and I think you can learn and garner a lot from his experiences, especially like he's your classic entrepreneur. Started his business with nothing, right? Was in the hole for a couple of years and kind of built it up into what it is today. He came to speak last year to the group, and like they loved him. This year, like last year, not only will you get a lot, I think, from his experience, but you'll also need to listen to him for your final assignment, which will be your it'll be a cover letter, resume, and an interview, where you're going to actually write a cover letter and actually apply for a job, a mock job that you're actually going to apply for with a cover letter and a resume, and then I'm actually going to interview you with that. I might have someone with me as well on that day, but you'll need to listen to what Khaled has to say, just in regards to applying for the job and writing a cover letter and all that stuff. So make this February 4th a must-attend day. And he'll probably be speaking like at some point between 9 and 12. I would imagine more on the 9 o'clock end. Okay, we'll probably get him to go for 9:30 and kind of go for about an hour or so. Okay. Week 6, cover letter, resume assignments due. Okay, that's 30%. And week 7 is your interview on February 25th. That'll be your interview day. So basically, we'll just do Zoom interviews throughout the day. I'll probably set up one Zoom link and send it out to everybody, and just like send you out emails individually with the time you have to come on. So, like Clarissa 9:10, Lucas 9:20, Michael 9:40, all that stuff, and we'll send that all out, and we'll do the interviews like that. So again, 7 weeks. So technically here, I guess technically we have 2 Zoom meetings. One big giant group Zoom meeting with our guest speaker, And then in week 7, these are individual Zoom meetings. So the interviews I think will be about 10 minutes long for each, right? And we'll talk a little bit about, like, I'll send notes on, preparing for an interview and what to say, what not to say, things to do, things not to do, right? And we'll go from there. Cover letter and resume, 30%. LinkedIn profile, 30%. Online assignment is worth 10%, and then your actual interview is worth 30%. Okay, all for a total of 100%. Okay. Again, any questions based on any of that? Yes, Jenna, unmute yourself.
What is the online assignment?
We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. I'll just
Okay.
I'll take you through some of the slides in the course. And again, because I want this to be more asynchronous, where you kind of look on your own time. I may not get through all the slides, but I will show you what the assignment will be. And again, I'll show you the assignment, and then I'll actually put it in my Canvas and put it in an email just to make it all official and such. But let's before I go through that,
Okay.
any other questions? No, all good. I see Shaban's hopped on. How's it going? Okay, I'll move on and show you some slides then for job search and career planning. Again, fun course, job search and career planning. It will prepare you, and it will kind of hone your skills in terms of cover letter and resume writing. So that'll be good. And Khaled will be great too, because he'll give an idea of what he's an employer, right? So he'll give you an idea of what to look for in terms of what he's looking for when he sees potential candidates. He's actually hired people out of my class. Does anybody remember? I don't know. You probably don't remember Paige Petrovsky. She was there. She was there my first year. So I don't know if even.
I work with her.
Yeah,
She's
there you
literally
go.
like my boss.
Oh well, that's all. So you know that she worked with Khaled then. She had
Yeah.
She I think she still works there, Kyle. I'm not sure. I think she does, but I'm not sure. Maybe she doesn't anymore. Maybe she just freelances.
I think she freelances, but I've seen her write articles for them.
Yeah, and then she got a job like basically right out of college with him. And there's been a couple other students as well that have picked up some freelance work. I can't remember if Chris Arndt. I know he got in touch with Khaled. I just can't remember if he did any freelance work with him, but I know they were planning to do something together, because Chris, as you know, with video, he's just like a genius, right? So I think they were planning on doing some stuff together. So good opportunity, good job prospect opportunity for you all on that day. A good opportunity to make connections with him. You can pick up his email address and stuff. So, and just some good, as close to face-to-face time as we're going to get in this world, right? And you'll have it with him. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. So job search and career planning. Let me just pull this up here. And again, all these slides are in my Canvas. Let's just see here. Before I do a share screen, I just want to make sure. I'm just going through it before I. Okay. Okay. You all obviously remember my email, right? Continue to use it. It's the best way to get a hold of me. That's the same way you're also going to submit assignments like that. So we'll just go through it, lay of the land, what the course is about. Again, we're not going to go through all these slides. But again, slides, discussion, online resources, right? We went through the major assignments already. Again, don't take my going through this really quick. It's just I just want to I don't want to bore you with stuff that you can look at on your own time. Best practices for finding a job, building a name brand in the media industry. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to send you some slides on that. Freelancing, as I suspect, I hope that all of you get like full-time permanent jobs, but some of you may have to start with freelancing, and I think that that's where Khaled comes in. It'll be a good opportunity to kind of build like a network and start with him. Writing an awesome, gripping, media-centric cover letter. Okay, tweaking, molding, creating a resume. Being a media entrepreneur. Okay, having an online presence. 4 traits that are guaranteed to get you work in journalism, media, communications. Okay. Here they are. This is based on years of experience, and you'll learn this throughout the course. And then we'll do a cute, fun little grammar exercise after this. Independent, flexible, creative, and highly innovative. I'm not able to highlight because I'm doing this as a slideshow, but I really want to emphasize that second one. Okay, flexible. Being flexible in this business is like ultra important. Being able to work different hours and stuff. And based on the world we're living in now, I think it's an even better opportunity to be able to work different hours because you're kind of doing it from the comfort of your own home. Again, this is all information you can look at on your own. I'm just looking at it again. Challenges of being a working journalist. Okay, working hours. 1 night a week and weekends. Okay, these are just some things to kind of expect. Different hours, right? The way it works with me, right? Because I do teach, like I kind of work all kinds of different hours, right? Like tonight, I'm working a night shift, and that's to accommodate teaching, right? So everybody's got their own kind of idea of what they want to be successful, right? And but you may not start off that way, right? You may have to start working all kinds of crazy hours and such, and doing things that like just may not be your forte, but an opportunity for you to kind of grow yourself. Okay, frequent travel again, career opportunities that we're going to look at throughout this course, digital media, newspapers because they are still around. I am going to show you some of those. Television and radio, multimedia production, social media, which is like, that's kind of, it has been and it continues to be an exploding industry. PR as well, all kinds of different opportunities. I always got a kick out of this slide. This is so true, right? So yeah, what I actually do, that is true, by the way. All right, ready to have some grammar fun? Okay, just feel free to holler out, okay? Because I can't, the way I have the screen shared now, like I can't really like see like all of you, so just feel free to holler out with grammar. You know how I am with grammar, right? Based on year 1 with me with investigative reporting and with multimedia. So, which one of these words means feeling great appreciation?
Top one.
Anybody else?
Middle.
Anybody else?
Middle.
Please, someone say the last one.
Last one.
Last one, yes. No. The second one. Okay. Spelled this way because it comes from the root word gratitude. Okay. So no GREATFUL. Okay. Ready? Is there another one? I can't remember if there's another one. Oh yeah, there we go. Anybody? Well, duh. Like anytime there's all of the above in a multiple choice, right? It tends to always be the answer. Okay, follow the I before E except after C rule. Okay, so there are some exceptions. Haha. I'd like to see who's going to get this one. Anybody? Whom. Okay. That's your trick with who or whom. Okay. Ask yourself whether the answer would be he or him. Which of the following is possessive? We know this one, right?
The top one, please.
Top one.
Well
Top one,
done. Everybody,
please.
everybody knows from investigative reporting. Wicked. And we know why, right?
Top one.
You're lucky. You guys are lucky. Okay. We all know that, right? Effect is a noun. Affect is a verb. Okay. I want to effect change EFF ECT, but it had an effect on me, AFF ECT. Which of these sentences uses the appropriate is, are, present tense? Please tell me you're going to get this. You all laugh. Okay. We know, right? Ah, my favorite.
The first one.
Yay, right? It is, right? That's the trick. If you can say it is, then it's IT apostrophe S. Okay. Man, there's more of these? Holy smokes. Oh, this is a good one.
Second one.
Well done. Okay. Which of these words is not a phrase? Oh, I see some stumped faces.
Is it the third one?
I want to say 3.
Oh no.
Haha. That's a tough one. I probably wouldn't have gotten that the first time around either. A lot, A-L-L-O-T, like A-L-L-O-T, like when you allot something, right? Like I've allotted this time for this. Yeah, A-L-O-T together? No. That's Allison's picture. It's not mine. She let me use that. Who was the person in charge at a high school?
1.
My God, what's the third one? Jeez. Principal. No thanks. Yeah, the principal is your pal. When your favorite team does not win the big game, they,
First one.
right? Loose means to release or untie something. Okay. Why don't you turn me loose? Any of you 80s buffs, right? Okay. Loose on the streets, but if they did, they certainly would lose. Okay. Lose equals loss. Not like this team. Big things for this team this year, I think. Big things. They may even win a round. We'll see. This is your assignment. So again, I put this in the slide, but I'll put it actually in my Canvas and I'll put it in an email, but I just wanted to put it in the slide. So basically for next Thursday by 12 p.m., double spaced page, 300 words. Please try to keep it to a page. Please, please, please. Tell me what your dream job is and where you see yourself in 5 years. Okay, write it as a profile story in the third person. So imagine you, so write it about yourself, but write it using your name, he, she. Okay, and write it as the third person. I gave you an example here, which if you click on it, you'll see. Have some fun with it. And here's the sort of the academics of this assignment. Include in this in this 300 words, a current job opportunity that is out there that could could actually be your dream job, or can kind of springboard you into your dream job, right? So let's just say, for example, let's just say your dream job is to work at CNN. Okay, just like big, everybody knows it, so I'm throwing it out there. Let's just say you want to work for CNN one day. You would write about that and have some fun with it, and talk to me about where you see yourself in 5 years and what you see yourself doing there. But tell me about a job opportunity now that could kind of springboard you into that. So an example might be an on-air job at CTV or an on-air job at CBC, but it needs to be a current job opportunity, like one that's out there that exists. And I want you to kind of send me the link to it. Okay, this is just to kind of get you into the habit of like job searching, and it kind of gives a little bit of an academic twist to this assignment, right? But have some fun with it, and email me your assignment by 12 p.m. Next Thursday. And again, I've included it in the slide, but I'll have it more official, like in terms of an actual assignment that I'll send out to you, that'll be due for next Thursday. Does everybody have a good understanding of what's kind of required for this assignment? Pretty basic stuff, right? Have some fun with it. Feel free to be light and fluffy and make some jokes here and there. But also, I want you to find something current that can kind of springboard you. So the classic way to write it is, and again, I'll use CNN again as an example. Louis Rosella, loves his job working at CNN. It's been his dream job since since he was a journalism student at Mohawk College. But prior to that, it wasn't always roses. He took an early entry level job at CTV, and maybe give me a link to that job opportunity, and show me a link to that actual job posting. Okay, pretty straightforward, clear as mud. Okay. And that's sort of what's required for you for next week. And again, just look ahead 5 years, right? So look ahead to 2026 and where you see yourself. And it does not have to be journalism, people. You know that, right? If it's something different, or you see yourself doing something different in 5 years, by all means. It does not. Don't think it has to be anything journalism related. It's worth 10% of your mark, but I will mark it no matter what you choose to be, whatever you want to be in 5 years from now, right? It's a fiction assignment in one sense, in that you're kind of being asked to predict the future, but I also want you to be honest and tell me kind of where you actually see yourself, and kind of use the current job posting as a kind of a springboard. So, any questions based on that? No, we all good?
Knowing that it doesn't have to be journalism definitely makes my life a little bit easier.
Yeah. Please don't think that if it is, terrific. But if it's not, if it's something else, I've had all kinds of different ones over the last couple of years, right? Fashion designer, blogger, social media producer, like anything. Like, believe me, there's no like limit to what it is, because it's what you want to do. It's what you want to be, right? So we'll see how that goes. That's all I got, unless any of you have any questions. No? Okay, so what I'll do is, this is being recorded, right? So I'll do the usual posting this, so that anybody that wasn't here or that came in late or whatever can get a good look at the full Zoom meeting. And like I said, nothing due this week. Your first two assignments, advanced multimedia, your mapping assignment next Wednesday, it's due, and your online job search assignment next Thursday, it's due. Okay, all by email. If there's nothing else, you know how to reach me, right? And we'll take it from there. All good? Okay, good seeing your faces, guys. Okay, my beard, it'll get bigger. I did shave it during the holiday. I had a moment, and I just said I'm getting rid of it, so it's kind of growing back again, and we'll monitor the growth accordingly. Okay? We'll see y'all later. Reach out if you have any questions, okay? Good chatting, people, as always. Bye-bye.